LEGO have just announced their new FIFA collaboration, which sees some new sets ready for the World Cup, some really awesome builds, and new minifigures of the likes of Messi, Ronaldo, Vinicius Jr. and Kylian Mbappe. But what you might have forgotten is that 10 years ago LEGO did something very similar with the LEGO Germany collectible minifigures line. To celebrate Euro 2016, LEGO released a minifigure line of the then reigning world champions, and we got some really interesting minifigures from it. They were the standard blind bags, and there was a set of 16. Let's take a look. You got some Germany legends in there, including the likes of Bastian Schweinsteiger, Mats Hummels and Mario Götze, but some really obscure ones as well. I mean, who's looking for a Christoph Kramer minifigure? It took 10 years to get Cristiano Ronaldo, but we have Shkodran Mustafi all along. We've got Max Kruse in there as well, and Andre Schürrle, who ended up retiring at the age of 29. So let's take a closer look at the 16 minifigures in the Germany CMF line. So firstly, we're starting with one of the most famous Germany coaches of all time, Mr. Joachim Löw. He's very distinctive with that side-swept hairstyle and that navy suit. You know, LEGO really didn't have to include him in this, but it's a cool minifigure to lead the squad. He comes with this printed tactics board too, which fits onto the exclusive printed stand. Each player also comes with one of these. Manuel Neuer is next with this black long sleeve goalie kit and a highly detailed Germany crest and Adidas logo. No arm print on this one, but he does have the crest also printed on the shorts, and these colour variations are exclusive and highly valuable pieces. It's unmistakably Neuer with his strong jaw and focused expression. Up next, I'm sure you won't be able to guess who this is because I couldn't at first, but this is meant to be Jerome Boateng, and the hair's not right, the skin tone is far too dark, the only bit they got right is the facial hair, and it's barely noticeable, but there you go, Jerome Boateng. This, however, is one of the standout players in the lineup, and to me is the best likeness of them all. It's Bayern bound Mats Hummels. The head print here is spot on, and it's a really charming figure to have. A true homage to one of the best defenders to ever do it. Somewhat of an obscure defensive choice here, but supremely skilled nonetheless, it's Benedikt Höwedes. The longer spiked hair is questionable and probably would have been better to a simple side parting, but still, it's good to see him represented here. Another strong likeness of a player who became infamous in the Premier League in later years, it is Shkodran Mustafi. Around this time he was highly desirable and he scored his first Germany goal in the opening game of this upcoming tournament. We've got an interesting choice of parts once again from LEGO, as we see here the captain Bastian Schweinsteiger. He would have been better suited to a spiked hairstyle and a smile. Bastian was a Man United player at this point, but he wouldn't play another Premier League fixture. Now for perhaps the worst likeness in this entire series, because you may think I've got my hands on Gundogan here, but somehow this passed as Mesut Ozil. I mean look, the skin tone's wrong, as is the hair, don't even get me started on the eyes. Mesut was never this tanned and I'm tempted to create a custom of him just to make this right. Moving on to a Bavarian hero, a great lookalike of the man himself, Thomas Müller. The facial structure here is so accurate and he could be identified from several feet away. To this day, he's tearing it up in MLS with Vancouver Whitecaps. Okay, so who's this tired looking ginger chap in this German kit? Well, you may be surprised to find this is Toni Kroos. I'm really unsure about this one, as you can tell what they attempted, but perhaps with the dark blonde hair I'll be able to see a bit more of Toni Kroos in this. Well, this one right here has to be one of my favourites. I wasn't too keen on the player back in his day, but if you guessed this was Khedira from Juventus, you'd be absolutely right. The slick hair and intricate stubble blend well to create this appearance, and there are no flaws to point out, and it was just an overall great minifigure. Here we have a clinical forward who famously scored a hat-trick during qualification versus Gibraltar. It's the ex-Chelsea prodigy Andre Schürrle. He was set to join Dortmund after Euro 2016, and he retired at just 29 after loans at Fulham and Spartak Moscow. Making swift progress now with the last few minifigures, we have a stinker once again. This is supposed to represent Marco Reus, but the hair is so wrong, he's not even meant to be ginger. The face could work, but they really needed to make this hair blonde to even bear some resemblance to the man. Now, you'd be forgiven for not recognising the name Christoph Kramer, but he was the midfielder who was added to the World Cup final squad at the last minute, and he suffered a concussion in the first half of the match. He was briefly linked to Man United around this time, but he moved to Borussia Mönchengladbach at the peak of his powers. We are back on form with the penultimate player. It's the wonder kid from Westfalen, the man of the moment Mario Götze, a national hero with an intriguing career path. After heading home from this tournament, he confirmed his return to Dortmund, where he's seen as a legend of Signal Iduna Park. He's now playing much deeper at Eintracht Frankfurt. Our final Germany player is the rotation striker Max Kruse, in no way related to Toni Kroos. He's a fair likeness, but his inclusion is questionable since he didn't even get called up to the tournament, let alone ever play for the German team ever again. Now what you're probably thinking is that you've never heard of this line before, and if you have, you probably know it was very hard to come by. They were only available in Germany. And of course later down the line we did see some other football related releases such as the Old Trafford Stadium, the Nou Camp and the Santiago Bernabeu. And of course in 2026 we've got some really popular releases such as that World Cup trophy that's blowing up at the moment, that ball which looks fine, I guess. But taking a look on the LEGO website, last time I checked at least, Cristiano Ronaldo's set was back-ordered, which means they've actually sold out for the time being for pre-ordering that set. I'm sure a lot of you would have been all over some further releases. I know I would. Imagine an England release in 2018. Imagine having a LEGO Gary Cahill on your shelf, for instance. I would have loved a potential Legends line, including, I don't know, Diego Maradona, Neymar, Emil Heskey. So if you can think of any teams they could have released around this time that would have been popular, leave them in the comments below, and of course like the video and subscribe to the channel. You know what to do. Take care, have a marvellous day.